Very much, Chris. In Navy news, it's all about being proactive versus reactive, especially when it comes to anticipating a natural disaster. Joining us this morning is Commander Nikki Samuel from the Coast Guard Sector, Honolulu. Commander, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, I know you're originally from Virginia, so tell me how long you've been in Hawaii.
This is actually my third tour in Hawaii, so of my 20 years, I've spent 10 out here on the islands, for the most part on Oahu, but I did spend a tour on the Big Island as well.
Now, we're only a couple months away from hurricane season, which runs from June to November. How is the Coast Guard working with the state, especially in terms of protecting our ports?
So we have a really close relationship with the state as well as our other partners, Army Corps, NOAA, federal partners, state, local, county governments as well. And actually this year we're going to do some town hall events on some of our neighbor islands just to get the word out to everyone and kind of help everyone prepare as we move into hurricane season. But it's a relationship that we maintain year-round, not just during hurricane season, so that when we do run into hurricane season, we've got our partners there.
And we also learned a lot from last season with Lane and Olivia. What did you guys learn, especially about protecting the ports?
What we learned about protecting the ports is just to kind of stay ahead of the game as far as watching the weather forecast and working with our state partners. We stay connected to them way ahead of the season, and when it comes time for a storm moving in, we have really close meetings with them as well as our industry partners throughout the storms.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize, that's where all of our food and supplies come through.
Right. 98% of the goods come into Hawaii via the maritime waterways, so it's definitely something we want to protect out here in Hawaii. And as you know, it's a hub and spoke system out here where everything comes in Honolulu and then it's barged out to the neighbor islands. So that's the issue with protecting the infrastructure in the harbors and why we need to work so close with our partners.
What do you find most important about this entire process?
Mainly staying ahead of the game and also trying to coordinate vessel traffic that's coming in and out of the ports ahead of the storm. So we work closely with industry trying to get everything we can get in ahead of the storm, and then as the storm passes, we work with our partners to try to clear those waterways as soon as possible. So after a storm, we have to go out and verify that there's no debris or any hazards to navigation in those waterways, and as soon as we can make that happen and it's safe to do so, we can allow vessel traffic back in.
Now, I know hurricane season is a few months out, but what do you want to say to our viewers that are watching at home?
I'd say the key is just to make sure you've got at least 14 days of food at home, because just the slightest glitch in the system would obviously cause additional delays with products and everything getting to the Hawaiian Islands. So that's the key to stay prepared and at least 14 days worth of food.
Commander, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and appreciate all the knowledge.